Okay, back online. Let me taxi down here where it's quieter. Don't wake the neighbors up too much. Just a habit I do. Down here and get some checklists done. Got good oil pressure. Temperature is temperature of the day right now, 76 degrees already this morning. It's only supposed to get to 80, I think, but it's real humid. Get down here and get kind of turned in the shade. Nice. There we go. Alright, sit here for a few minutes. Let me go back here. Let's see if we can get some things going here. Get my Sky Beacon UDSB going. Waiting for the beacon network to show up. I just turned it on, so. Taxi checklist: seatbelts fastened, canopies are latched, taxi lights. I don't need it here. Altimeter was 2993. Let me. Do 9.93. Okay. That looks like Kent's got a TFR going over there today. That should not affect me though. I may go to Portage, I may not. I actually may just go over to Skeets today. Basically, talk about the mission here shortly. There's my beacon. Let me get that going. Gotta do a clap too to make sure I can line everything up, both audio and video. Okay, so I'm to the before takeoff checklist. For some reason or other, I'm not connecting to my beacon here. May have to turn it off. Try it again. Turn that on for a couple seconds here. Go back on. Give it a few seconds. Okay, today is the last heavyweight test. I'm carrying, what I'm doing today is simulating a 200-pound passenger sitting beside me. So I've got 197 pounds sitting next to me. I put the fuel in it to make the airplane ride at gross weight. Like I said yesterday, it might actually be a little over. I've got that all figured out in the hangar, and just gonna go up and do some flying just to see how she acts. Should be fine considering how I did yesterday. Connected, no internet. Okay, there we go. Just needed to repower, and there it is. Working on a 3D fix. We're waiting for the GPS to fix on my ADSB, but okay. But anyway, yeah. So just a quick. I'm gonna probably fly an hour or so, maybe even a little more, to make sure I'm well into my landing weight, 1320. And that's pretty much it, other than just another hour flight today. Not really tested much else. I'm really getting used to landing the airplane. I love the 65 on approach with a little bit of power. That seems to work really well. And really enjoying that. So now we're just sitting here waiting to warm up. Technically it's not required. I've talked to Jan down at Viking, and he says basically it's like a car. You don't sit there and warm up your car every morning when you drive. You just jump in and you go, and that's true. That's a true statement. The only difference is we run these, I'll be running it at 5,200 RPM today on takeoff, probably somewhere between 4 and 4,600 during cruise, which is a little bit heavier load than you would in your car. So I give it a little bit of time to warm up. I get it up to 160, and he's told me that that's really not required. You could basically start the engine and go immediately. It is a water-cooled engine or liquid-cooled engine, so makes it's not nearly as affected by heat and cold. You can't shock cool the thing. I've already proven that. All right, so my ADSB is working beautifully. I'm good there. All right. So we'll put this aside. Okay, and we're at 157, so we're getting pretty close. Let's taxi down to the end, get ready to go. Anyway, on today's flight, though, since we are fairly heavy, my plan is to, once again, I need to be aware of a couple of things for takeoff. Put my flaps down there, it just popped into my head, so I need to be aware of a couple of things for takeoff. As soon as I apply the power, I need to be thinking about getting a similar response than I normally do. Nose wheel's got to come up pretty quick, and then about 45 or so, 45, main gear kind of just start tickling the runway, meaning kind of almost flying but not quite. By 55, I need to be full on, really flying. Same as always, even though we're pretty heavy. If that ain't happening, right on time, that means get off the power, get on the brakes, get myself stopped. Got room to do all that, but not by a lot extra, so. Alright, quick before takeoff checklist. Electrical check. Oh, I haven't done that yet. Battery 1, pump 1 off, back on. Battery 2, pump 2 off, back on. Both batteries off, back on. Alternator off, back on. Everything's back on for takeoff. That's a good electrical check. Coolant's over 160 now, 163. Flight controls are checked. Flaps are set to 10. Trim to neutral and verify the altimeter. We're coming on with the altimeter set and the transponders on. Landing lights coming on. Normal takeoff is, let me start my clock. Even though that does it, I always reset it, it does it automatically. I can't help myself, it'll start when I take on the RPM for takeoff. And then once I get rotated and start climbing, I'm looking for about 75 miles an hour to climb. That's got it. Here we go. Roseville came up pretty well. 45, I'm kind of tickling. 47, I'm flying at 50. It's pretty heavy. 60, 69, flaps are coming up. Normal climb out. I'm going to go ahead and start my turn to the south. I can tell she's a little heavy. But still climbing at 800 feet a minute. 79. There's a little bit of haze. Be careful. Come a little forward. There's actually some clouds here at down low. I'm not going to go. Okay, I'm not going to go to Skeets. There is some weather that way. Matter of fact, let me just head south. Okay, we're just going to cruise for a little while here. Landing light off. Let's go pump one off, or battery one off, pump one off, for a cruise checklist complete. Oh, let's see here. Check my paperwork. Let's see where I started. 200-pound passengers taking up a lot of room over here, I'll tell you. I started at 26.6 on the Hobbs, which means I'd like to go an hour.
that's the end of that. See you next time.